Hello everyone, welcome back. It's another live stream here at the Reptile Park and we're in our favourite spot with Elvis the Crocodile. So you can see Elvis there in the background just over my shoulder. Now today I'll be doing the talking. I've got Jake the Snaky over there, he's going to do the feeding and very important at the back there with the two fingers up. That's our amazing venom keeper Zach, gives us a little wave. He'll be backing us up as well, so making sure if anything goes wrong he can get involved and save us. Now hopefully that doesn't happen today, particularly for Jake. Now, if you've tuned into a few of these feeds, we're going a little bit old school, how we used to feed them or how we generally feed him as part of a show. So 3 bits of food for you today. Jake will move the crocodile around a little bit and then we'll give him a little bit of tucker. So at the moment, obviously, we're doing these live streams pretty much every day, Monday to Friday, and it's a lot of fun for us, and hopefully it's a bit of fun for you guys, considering that you're stuck at home. We're very lucky we get to come to work and still say hello to all of our favourite animals. Now, a little bit of background about Elvis the Crocodile. Most people want to know how big he is. So he's 4.5 metres long, approx, and weighs around 460 kilograms. Now, he's around 55 years old, and hopefully he'll be living here at the Reptile Park for a substantial amount of time from now. And he should grow a little bit between now and then as well. But in saying that, he's never going to reach lengths of like 6 metres or anything like that. That would be a really, really large saltwater crocodile. But he is pretty big. And when he's in the water, you probably don't get a great appreciation for how big he is. When you see him up close, particularly if you're one of the guys that's feeding Elvis, like me or the boys would do, and he gets really close to you and strikes out and he lands out in front of you, you get a very good appreciation for exactly how big he is. He is one big crocodile. Now, one of the largest crocodiles ever recorded was approximately 6.2 metres long. That is massive. Probably weighed just over a tonne. That is one big solid croc. Elvis will never be that big, but he's still a substantial animal. He hasn't always lived here at the Reptile Park. He's been living here for well over 10 years now, and before that he was living up in a crocodile farm up in the Northern Territory. In the last 10 or so years we've been looking after him, and he keeps a lot of people entertained, particularly people that come and visit the park. They love seeing Elvis. We've got a few iconic animals: Elvis the crocodile, Hugo the Galapagos tortoise, Kraken our Komodo dragon. But most people, when they come here, they really do love seeing Elvis up nice and close. He's one spectacular crocodilian specimen. Now, what Jake's doing at the moment, he's really kind of communicating using his croc stick there, the little stick that he's tapping in the water, where he wants Elvis to move to. And really what he's doing is sending vibrations out through the water that Elvis is responding to, and he's moving along. And the motivation for Elvis to follow Jake, outside of maybe grabbing Jake, would be to grab the food that Jake's going to feed the crocodile. So as I said, we've got 3 bits of food. And the idea really of this show, or this kind of presentation, is to show the explosive force of a saltwater crocodile and hopefully teach you guys at home really how to be safe in and around crocs. Now, whilst they are potentially quite a dangerous animal, as long as you don't go swimming with them and don't stand too close to the water's edge, it becomes almost impossible to be killed by one. But we will show a little bit of that explosive power today. So what I'm going to do in a second, I'm going to grab the camera and start to follow Jake along, and we'll prepare for our first feed of the day. Now watch what Elvis will do. It might be hard for you to see, but he just popped his eyes up for a second. He had literally looked at Jake for about 2 secs and then started to follow him again back underneath the surface of the water. I might grab that camera off you, Caitlin. Thank you very much. We're going to come around this way. Say hello to Jake. Hello, Jake. Looking well. And here comes Elvis. So Jake, I'll get you to keep tapping so I don't. Jake, I'll get you to keep tapping so he keeps going that way. Now, watch Elvis here, ready? Remember I said 4.5 metres of crocodile, 450 kilos. Woohoo! Look at the way he moves underneath the surface of the water there. It's pretty effortless, isn't it? But you can also see on the top surface of the water there's no ripples or bubbles. So it's almost like he's not moving underneath there at all if you couldn't see him, particularly if that was like really dark, murky water where you would generally find a croc living. All right, so now Jake's going to bring him over. He's got a little bit of chicken there to feed to him today. So Jake's going to bring Elvis over and then hopefully get him to put on a nice big hit. Elvis will have a look. He'll bring those front legs forward, get that tail going, and then bang. He's had a look. He's had a look. Whoa! Oh, we lost the chicken, Jake. That was my fault. I tied that on. Hang on. the little bit of intestine string that we use. It's not string, but it's intestine we use. It actually broke. So now we'll see him. Oh, there we go. He got it in the end.
Good jaw pop.
Yeah, that was a good jaw pop. I don't know if you heard it through the camera, but that really large sound, that bang noise, that were those jaws coming together. Now, saltwater crocodiles, they do have the strongest bite force of any animal on the planet, and hopefully you got to hear that because it was pretty loud. Now, Jake's got another long pole now. He's going to get Elvis to jump around a little bit in a couple of seconds, but he'll get him to move a touch. He's on you now, Jakey, and you'll start to follow Jake around. Probably a bit slowly now. He's worked hard for that first bit of food. He'll probably slow down a little bit. So when they strike from the water's edge, there's another way they can actually jump from the water, and that's in the water and straight up. And that's a thing called tail walking. So saltwater crocodiles are by far the best tail walkers, and Jake's going to give a couple of examples soon, I think. Are you going to do it there or further down?
Oh, yeah, I'll do it.
Further down?
A few times.
Oh, a few times. Confident. Let's see how he goes. Whenever you say a few times, you always lose it. There we go. I'll see what he does. I don't want to get in your way, Jake, too much.
He does like that deeper.
I reckon take him to the deeper part.
Come on.
All right. Let's see how we go. So this time, he'll kind of raise his head up, and then he should jump around to grab the food. He knows. He wants to get to the deeper part, I think. I'm just going to go around this Melaleuca here, come around here this way. All right, now we'll hopefully see him jump around a bit. All right. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it now. He's starting to switch on to the food a little bit. And nothing. That's all right, you got him. I'll get out of your way. You just tell me, mate. All right, let's see how we go. Here we go. This time we might get him. Nope, he's just munching something. All right, we're going backwards. We're going backwards. Yeah. There's not much happening. This is exciting television. How good's this? All right, here we go. This time he'll go for it. Oh, Jake chickened out. Jake chickened out. He went too early. Oh, there we go. Good stuff. Now he might fire up a little bit. Maybe not. And all right, there's not much. Oh, there we go. He got it. Woohoo! All right, last bit. What's
quite the jump.
Oh, okay. We might grab the last piece. You want to feed him that side or this side? All right. Come on, El. Go on. Jake's going to swing him back. I can't imagine that was the most exciting viewing ever, but anyway, still a lot of fun. But what they will do is they'll use that big, thick, muscular tail to propel their body up and out of the water. They can push about 2/3 of their body length straight up and out. When they're a bit smaller, kind of around that 9-10 foot mark, they're incredible jumpers. But obviously as they get really large, it's more weight to push up. So they kind of lose a little bit of that, I guess, agility or mobility to a degree. But Elvis is still a pretty good tail walker, particularly when he jumps up in that deeper part of the pond, which he's starting to get to now. All right, we'll wind back up. We'll get around here. Jake the snake's on fire today. He's having a great feed. So this is the last bit of food for Elvis. Which side do you want me on, mate?
You just stay there.
Yeah, all right, no worries. Okay, so again, tapping the water, sending out the vibrations. Croc's going to poke up and have a look.
Come on, El.
And nothing. He's thinking about it. He's like, oh, love it. Now he'll fire up. Now he'll grab it. Here we go. And Oh no, the food's fallen off. Elvis hit it so hard, the food's come off. Jake's trying to blame it on me, but let's be honest. I think it's the feeding. I think it's the man feeding. A tradesman shouldn't blame his tools, Jakey boy. So hang on, we're just grabbing the food. We're getting it back. Here we go. Throw it in there, Jakey. Oh, he caught it. What a catch. Get him in the slips. There we go. Have a nice close look. We might take a little step back, straight down the hatch. And that's it. Bob's your uncle. All over. You beauty. All right, what are we doing now? Are we coming back to you, Caitlin, for questions? Can we move him a little bit? Oh, you're going to take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's moving.
He's moving? What do you want to do? You want to go over there?
Maybe move over there.
Okay, no worries.
In front of the crocodile.
Fire away, Jakey. Any questions you got on there?
All right. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about where you can find saltwater crocodiles in Australia?
So, obviously, if you go swimming at Bondi, beautiful Bondi Beach, you're not going to run into a saltwater crocodile. Their range starts at about Gladstone in Queensland, throughout the top end down to Broome in Western Australia. So they're very much a tropical species. They like it where it's nice and warm, and that's why we keep this pond heated year-round for the big fella. Now, Caitlin's running around. She's made it. Welcome, Caitlin. How are you? Any questions for me?
Yeah, well, I guess we can see that you guys are a well-oiled team. What kind of training goes into, feeding Elvis?
Oh, yeah, we're on fire today. Training. So, yeah, well, I guess most of the guys that work here, will work with the animals or, maybe started when they were young looking after reptiles, but to get into, I guess, zookeeping, or one day if you want to work with snakes or crocs, a lot of people start off as volunteers, others do their study, whether it's through uni or TAFE, just get involved. And if you're really passionate about animals, obviously when you're working with big animals like saltwater crocodiles or highly venomous snakes, it takes a bit more training, but as long as you're half decent, got half a brain, you should be pretty good. We manage, so...
What kind of, how do you condition Elvis to know what the feeding process is here?
Yeah, so even though, so in the wild, saltwater crocodiles would probably feed less regularly than our crocs do. So we split the feeds up, and that's mainly for being able to show you guys lots of crocodile shows. So because of that, he is still quite motivated for food. And then what we basically do is encourage him to feed from positions that we would like. And we do that we talk to him a little bit if we want him to move, sending out vibrations through the water. And really we're signalling to the crocodile. And then basically we put the food into the strike zone. And when the food goes in there, he almost can't help himself. He wants to go after it and grab it because he is highly motivated by those feeding times. So we kind of play off that a little bit and then we reward him with the food, which he's going to get anyway, for doing the behaviours that we want to see. So a strike out to the side, even if it does knock the food off and make it fly off into the water, it's still pretty good to see that up close and to see how explosive and how powerful they can be.
How fast can he swim?
We had this question on the alligator. Oh no, we're talking about alligators, weren't we? Lovely question though. It's one of my favourites. It's one of my favourite things. Those people say they can move about as fast as a dolphin cruising. That's pretty quick, over 20 kilometres an hour. Now we've got some pretty fast swimmers here in Australia. People like Ian Thorpe and the rest. They probably wouldn't be able to outswim our big, giant saltwater crocodiles. So never ever go swimming in areas where saltwater crocodiles are found. I'm not sure what's going on here. You've got a caterpillar on your foot. Okay, all good. Are you okay? Yeah, no worries. You're in a crocodile yard, Caitlin, and you're worried about a caterpillar. It's okay.
Tell us how fast they can run, Dan.
Quite slowly. Now, if you look at freshwater crocodiles, they can move quite quickly on land. They almost bound along. But a big salty, particularly at his size, because of his short little stumpy legs, big belly, huge big tail, he can't move very quickly on land at all. But as an example, if he was out on land, not where he is now, I could walk backwards faster than he could come forwards. So, like he's sitting there and I can sit down like this and I could have a cup of tea and the crocodile knows that it's still too far really. But if I get a little bit closer to that water's edge and enter that strike zone, he could come out and get me. But he knows, he's smart enough to know that if he even tries to come right now, that it's still easy for me to get up and move away quite quickly. So, yes, they are a little bit prehistoric, but they're pretty smart too. People downplay how intelligent they are, but they are actually pretty smart.
All right, Dan, last one. Tell us your favourite crocodile fact.
My favourite, well, when they hatch out of an egg, they weigh 50 grams and they can end up weighing 1,000 kilos. So that's like 20,000 times development, which I think is quite incredible. But also too, they can hold their breath for underwater for like 5, 6, maybe even 7 or 8 hours, which I think is quite incredible. All right, no worries. Well, that's it, I think, for questions. We hope you enjoyed one of the messiest feeds that ever happened here at the Reptile Park, but it was a lot of fun, and we hope you guys enjoyed it at home. Keep tuning in for the rest of the videos, especially tomorrow. If you haven't been watching videos, tomorrow's the one. Jake talking about kangaroos. He cannot wait. He's jumping out of his skin. So make sure you tune in to hear all about our amazing macropods that call the Reptile Park home. Plenty of other videos, animal tales, all the rest. Keep tuning in. Head to our website. Can't wait to see you back here at the Reptile Park. Thank you all so much for watching. See you soon, hopefully.